So what do the Amish people do for fun? Good question. Honestly, when you are always busy working from sun up to sundown, you really don't need a lot of entertainment, right? So you don't need a lot of stuff for fun. And when you're busy working, you're not really thinking about whether you're having fun or not, right? That's kind of how I grew up. But we did do stuff for fun as well. Like, there were times we had fun. One thing I think of the most when I think about what we would have done at home that was fun. Sunday nights, this was before I was with the youth group, obviously, when we were younger. Being at home with mom and dad, we would do the chores Sunday nights, and after chores, we often played a game of croquet. Sunday night, family game of croquet. That was very typical in my home. And I have fond memories of that. Like, that was one of the only games that I really remember playing with my dad. Now, holidays was another time when we would play games. I think the number one game that was played in our home was Monopoly. That was often my dad and my brothers. I don't really remember playing Monopoly a whole lot. But I just remember my dad and my brothers having this game going, and it went like for hours and hours, right? And it was this huge competition thing. But those were the two games that we played the most in our home, I think, was like Monopoly and croquet, outdoor game. One of the first things I remember of doing together as a family for something fun would have been going to the zoo. And I was probably at least 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there. My dad hired a taxi driver. We took the whole family. We went to the zoo for the day. That was like a memory that will stick in my brain forever, and probably because we enjoyed it so much. It was just so fun because it was something we did out of the ordinary, right? We went to some kind of zoo where you drove through, so I guess it was more like a safari, but I just remember the monkeys were climbing all over our van and stuff. We just had such an amazing time. We took a picnic lunch along. We found a place to go have a picnic. So that was like after my oldest brother was married already. That was the first family trip I remember of. But after that, my dad tried to every summer do some kind of family trip. I don't know if we always did, but I remember several different ones. And one thing we went to was the Gettysburg battlefield. Interesting, because Amish aren't really involved in war stuff, right? But we visited the Gettysburg battlefield. But we did some stuff like that that was fun. And when I was with the youth group, we actually went to amusement parks. We did rides and stuff like that. So that was cool. So we did some of that kind of stuff in our Amish community. And of course, there was always just family getting together, playing outdoor ball, just games together, having good times with cousins, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we had fun times as well. เป็นเชียร์ดอกไข่